My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Stopping short of an apology, a move that will have needed to be decided by government ministers, King Charles, at a state banquet in Nairobi, has addressed the abhorrent and unjustifiable acts of violence committed against Kenyans during Britain's colonial era. Okay, so there's his picture. Let's read what he said. I put this on my community board and I was like, good luck reading it. Okay, the wrongdoings of the past are a cause of the greatest sorrow and the deepest regret. There were abhorrent and unjustifiable acts of violence committed against Kenyans as they waged, as you said, at the United Nations, a painful struggle for independence and sovereignty. And for that, there can be no excuse. And coming back to Kenya, it matters greatly to me that I should deepen my own understanding of these wrongs and that I need some of those who lives in communities were so grievously affected. Okay, so if you learn all of that, what are you gonna do about it? Okay, none of this can change the past, but by addressing our history with honest and openness, we can perhaps demonstrate the strength of our friendship today. But the thing is that you people continue doing this. Not too long ago, I still have the screenshot. Soldiers, soldiers were setting villages on fire. Why? And then when people, it may not be Kenyan, but anyone with dark skin come to your shore, you refuse to let them in. So wouldn't it be the main thing is to make sure those people's homeland are safe? All right. None of this can change the past, but by addressing our history with honesty and openness, we can perhaps demonstrate the strength of our friendship today. Okay. So what are you going to do? What about the reparation? Okay. And in so doing, we can, I hope, continue to build an ever closer bond for the years ahead. As former Kenyan Prime Minister Jomo Kenyatta said, our children may learn about the heroes of the past. Our task is to make ourselves the architects of the future. Right? Well, architects of the future, but you want to direct other people. So he's right there. Our task is to make ourselves the architect of the future. Whose task? His task? Or the Kenyan task? Is he talking individually? I don't know, because they've been the architect of what's going on pretty much around the globe.
And when we think about this duty, this role that the king has taken on, what kind of king do you think he'll be?
Well, you know what you're getting, because he's been practicing for a bit. And I don't think he'll change. You know, he is committed to his own level of service. That will remain true.
Let's see here. Abhorrent and unjustifiable acts of violence committed against Kenyan. Tell him to go F off and a tunnel in Paris because we are tired. Thanks. Let's see. Not good enough tampon for raping and killing thousands of Kenyans. Okay, I'll put screenshot, but listen to it, okay? Listen. Oh, there's music. There's music. I'm not even gonna. Alright. A man who's willing to put his son and grandson's life in danger can apologize, feels no remorse. Alright, let me go into it. Alright, feels no remorse. Why should he have an ounce of sympathy for strangers when he was willing to spill the blood of his own family? That's that. Okay, when the aide's name was not removed from legal letters, the Sussexes were caught adrift financially and left unable to protect themselves despite having a security threat level equal to the monarch. Alright, next this. As far as the institution of the monarchy went, the Sussexes had either to be safely in the tent in Britain or cast away and castigated as comprehensively as possible in order to reduce the threat. Okay, senior members of the royal family wanted them back after the transition period and were ready to continue playing dirty to make this happen. They never thought the trial period would work and try everything to make it fail, starting with the removal of security and then signing off on a 12-month assault by the UK press on Harry and Meghan and everyone in their orbit. Trying to isolate them. Okay, dangling boy, gaslighter. I saw my comment somewhere. Did I respond to it? I thought I saw something with my comment. Which one was it? Oh, there it is here. Let's see here. Okay, if he had the courage, he would have done what the Netherlands king did, even though we know UK's full involvement and colonization. Back then, when his family was sending people around the globe to commit crimes against humanity, his family was fully involved. Right now, this is a hot potato topic. Nobody wants to touch it. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. It's about Charles going to Kenya. Okay, next tweet. Kenyans, please stop dancing for the colonizer. Your ancestors must be rolling in their graves. Abolish the monarchy. So I guess this is with the president of Kenya. They're walking or whatever. She doesn't seem like she's dancing. All right, let's see here. Have you seen this? The comment section is loving Charles, so you know he is like a kid in a candy store right now. Kenya was warned. Okay, breaking. King Charles refuses to issue apology during highly anticipated speech in Kenya. It's GB News page, so I'm not surprised. The woman on the right is not dancing. She's giving a koi. I guess her. Is that okay? So that's it. Let's go to the next tweet. All right, so now we're changing topic here. UK government. This probably should be a video by itself. All right, UK government topic. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this a video by itself. Okay. Okay, let's see here. How will I address this? So let's see here. Watch the press tomorrow. Will they address this corrupt relationship between Johnson and the national newspapers? Will they talk about 100 to 200 million pounds and Johnson's bunks, public money, dressed up as advertising? I'm not optimistic because that is not how corrupt media worked. All right, so he retweeted that. So he spent that much. Wow. There were concerns about Boris Johnson's relationship with the Barclays and the Telegraph, and there were specific concerns and also suspicions of possible corruption in terms of his relationship with Osborne and funneling money to the Evening Standard, said Dominic Cummings. What? That's me responding to that. Watch the press tomorrow. Will they address this corruption? So this is what I was responding. I was like, nope. Instead, they'll be like, look, squirrel. Okay, meeting with Evgeny Lebedev. Okay, finding blacks. Okay, that's an ad. There's the upset. No, a corrupt government needs a corrupt mainstream media. They all are on the same page. All right, so let's go into that. I believe, let's see what this is all about. Is there more? Okay, so I read that already. Part of the thread about message control is an important technique in the shift to far-right authoritarianism across Europe, a specific propaganda tool developed by the former Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz and his advisors. Okay, so what did he do here? That's a lot of information. Okay, so in other words, they wanted to control, obviously they've been doing that, the how people seeing the government. Let's see here. In Austria, critical media are being intentionally starved. In the past, most of the subsidies was spent on advertising, a practice critic content that should be seen as mass support for the country's powerful tabloid, which endorses Kurz and receive most of the cash. In Austria, critical media receive much less, if they receive anything at all. In 2020, the coalition spent 47 million European on such advertising, or triple what the previous government did. In the UK, the government has also been paying a special subsidy to the big newspaper groups. Explicitly identified as support for the industry, it takes the form of an advertising deal called All In, altogether, compromising public service messages and articles more or less labeled as government funded, which is what's happening in the US right now. They all end. There's so many things they're not saying. And you see a lot of people took it upon themselves to talk about those issues that they feel comfortable to share. Okay, the funding provided was only available to print newspapers, publishers, and the scheme to disproportionately favored corporate publishers and exclude independent publishers. Neither side will say how much taxpayers' money this has cost. All right, so it's the same thing that's happening in the US right now. The budget was £35 million just for the first 3 months. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money. All these is for those people to stay in power. But they're working their scheme so hard where their focus is not really doing the people's work. Oh my God. The budget was £35 million just for the first 3 months. The beneficiaries were also exclusively wealthy corporations that did not need the money, while independent, innovative local news publishers that are most threatened by the pandemic received almost nothing. Wow. Yeah, it's the same scheme. And let's not forget, this started in the UK. When UK was having issues with black people. Once they see that black people are making a step forward, they wanted to quash that. Okay, next tweet. While thousands were dying of COVID, Boris Johnson arranged to transfer 100 to 200 million pounds in taxpayers' money to newspaper companies, most of them owned by billionaires. This was dressed up as emergency advertising. Read here. Wow. Okay, so that's the thing here. Let me click on it. The link will be in the description. All right. So a couple links of articles will be in the description. All right, let's continue with the tweet. If you care about this corruption press bank scandal, please let the Hallett inquiry know. The chair appears reluctant to confront media issues even though more than £100 million of our money was blown. The email address is contact. There's that here. Okay, Brits are only reaping what they saw. Too much kissing ass to protect the media vultures that have destroyed Britain. One thing you should have done is listen to Prince Harry when he warned you all. But most of you were too busy hating him and his family because they were part of the thing, part of that scheme where you all in. So they know Harry was hitting the nail on the head. So they continue with their thing to discourage him. Okay. What in the hell do these British newspapers have on UK government officials? Wow. But the same government officials said they didn't have enough money for free school meal. Okay, Brian Cape Cod. So there's the thing here. I just read it. That's ad. So there's this. There's no accountability for corrupt practices in the UK. The politicians, the media, the royal family have some kind of symbiotic relationship. It's quid pro quo and cover-ups. Yeah, when you have all of them on the same page, it's hard for you to get to the bottom of it because they all watch out for each other. Like, for instance, what was that inquiry that was going on when they were starting to really pinpoint, I believe her name is Rebecca something. They were really pinpointing her. One question in particular, she was that they asked her, which will be vital to the inquiry. One of the people who were asking her question decided to take a break. And then after that break, they never went back to it. They quashed that inquiry. Okay? So they all are in. So it's up to the people. Watch, when election is coming, the first thing they're going to tell you, racism, because this always got them. Like I showed you, I don't know if I'm going to make this 2 videos, like I was showing you where this Palestinian was saying, look, we're going to vote for someone else other than Biden. Because, why? They wanted to divide the Americans. What's happening in the Middle East is affecting the U.S. as well. And I think I don't even want to go in the Middle East because no matter what you said, there's no good point in it. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I think it's the same topic. Let's see here. What do we have here? Okay, so the same thing. A media module should immediately be added to the inquiry. How great it will be to see Dacker, Heath, Hitchen, Pearson, Hope, and all the others lockdown libertarians dragged before it, and how they've just loathed being held accountable for their journalism. Okay, he retweeted that. Okay, there were concern about Boris Johnson's relationship with the Barclays and the Telegraph, and there were specific concerns and also suspicions of possible corruption in terms of his relationship with Osborne and funneling money to the Evening Standard, says Dominic Cumming. Okay, spot on. I think you should suggest this to at COVID Inquiry. Actually, Brian Capecourt, Michael Rosen, and I, and a few others did so before the inquiry began, but were unsuccessful. No harm in trying again, though, in the light of what's now been revealed publicly. Yep. Okay, so, I mean, some of the judges, some of the people who make certain decisions are part of this. This is the thing they all in. I mean, you saw it. I didn't even need them to tell me this. You saw they were all in. Like I said, the recycle system. This is what I call it. The recycle system. Okay, start one of those parliament petitions thing. I signed it in a heartbeat. Many thanks. I'm going to have to think about how best to proceed. All right, so there's more comment. Let's move on. This is my last one, and then we do prayer. Yep, that's my last one. Still about government. Okay, so there's this here. Here's a 5 example of the MailOnline profiteering from people experiencing moment of intense vulnerability, all of them marked exclusive. In each case, the target is a woman. There's that. There's the upset face. Huh, very interesting. So there's that. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I don't know what kind of paper is that. Let me not share that one. All right. Oh, I almost closed it. So let's do prayer. Prayer. Oh, that's the thing. So this video is gonna be live at 10 a.m. Let me schedule it. There's no issues. All right, so let's do goes prayer. What should we do prayer for? Prayer for law and order. Why don't we do that? Law and order. Is there anything? No, order. As the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court. No, I don't want this. Prayer for lawmakers. No, prayer for justice, maybe. Pray for law and justice. The authority to judge, for the Father judges no one, but has committed all judgment to the Son and has given him authority to execute. My goodness, that's not a good prayer. Prayer for, let's say compassion. I don't know. Compassion. Let's see. Okay. Fill me with a spirit of forgiveness and generosity, as it be your will, Lord. Place the words in my mouth with that others need to hear today. Help me to share your unfailing compassion with all people, especially those whom I live and work. In your mighty name, I pray. Amen. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Right now it's 3:49. I need to start editing. All right, that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.